Hey, I want to make a quick couple of notes over Google's position on AI. If you look up here, it says Google says AI generated content is against the guidelines. Shoot, destroys everything we're doing, right? But wait a minute, that was April 6, 2022. What were we at? Was there even a GPT 3.0 at that point? If there was, it was brand new. What was before that? The stuff that created the craziest sentences. It was like Spintax, just a little bit better. Okay, let's see. Now we have Google search guidelines, searches guidelines on AI generated content, May 3rd, 2023. You're talking about like not even 3 weeks ago. So here's what it used to look like. Google says AI generated content is against guidelines, and that's what they said back on like April 6, 2022, right? And they talked about it as being like auto-generated, all this stuff, right? But now, Google search guidelines on the AI-generated content today to provide the best user experience, relevant information. Google provides guidelines. Main ones, when creating AI-generated content that you want to rank for in Google search results, keep the following in mind. Create original content, right? It's got to be original, not just a copy of content already on the web. Well, that's a piece of cake. We do nothing but create original content every single time we hit the button. We're always creating something new, nothing that already exists on the web. As a result, it is important to make sure that the content you produce is unique and not just a rehash of the previously published content. This is why we go after different page titles each time, right? And sometimes even make adjustments to the backstories based on the page titles. That way, every time we're writing for a different point, a different angle, a different twist on the content. It's always different. We are really, really good at creating diversity. And then finally, this being the most important, there's more notes they make, but not so important. Make sure the content is accurate and of high quality. Google attaches great importance to this. That means that your AI-generated content should be error-free and provide useful information to users. Yeah, and so page by page, that should come out right. They should be done well, and they should be error-free and provide good information to users. Most of what we do is create simple pitches about plumbers and doctors and lawyers and Indian chiefs and MLM program owners and why you want this healthy drink or do this fitness thing or whatever it is people are creating. But watch out, right? Don't say that your weight loss pill loses 4 pounds a day. Anyone who takes a weight loss pill like that will die. All right? So stay within the realms of believability. Google's read everything at one time or another. It's never seen a weight loss pill that can lose 4 pounds in a day or a week. 4 pounds in a week is possible. But the only way you can justify, yes, but there is a weight loss pill that you could safely lose 4 pounds a day. You're going to need a doctor to back that up, right? Somebody has to put their credentials behind that statement. So it's got to be the product created by said doctor who's got all this clout, and links to where they got their diploma and their blog and their history and their resume, whatever, they're just proving it out. Okay, the only reason I want to say that is because a lot of people kept thinking Google doesn't like AI. Google gave up not liking AI. It kind of realized the whole world should be doing this. They should use it as a guide for their writing, and it makes sense, and they will do it. And Google's going to have a tough time being able to recognize as we move forward anyway. But the biggest thing was they were against it before because it produced crap. It was spam. The web pages were like Spintax. They read horribly, okay? Like somebody didn't know the language. Not that problem anymore, right? So now just make sure that whatever it's writing and however you're editing it, it comes out right, okay? The other thing I want to point out is originality.ai, things like that. I've had people say, where does that fit in? And just to reiterate, I said this before, but the purpose of originality.ai isn't to see if you've got AI in your content of your web pages. It's for things like Facebook and Twitter to see if people are putting on smear campaigns where they just pretend to be a lot of people who are racist or against this politician or that one, right? Is that real human beings' opinions or are these being generated, right? That's important to find out. Really important because, when you and I go and we get this idea of how most people feel about a thing, we want to know that those are humans speaking, right? Not bots, right? The other big thing for Originality.ai is if you're a student looking to pass an exam in college for medical or for tax advisor or for legal matters like you're a lawyer, you want to pass the bar. If you're using GPT to pass your tests for you instead of learning the material, right? Because you're going after the degree and yet you're not sure if you can pass the exams, right? Yeah, no good. And especially when people are doing their exams from home, remotely on their own time. So yeah, that is where Originality.ai seriously comes into play. Okay, hope that helps. All right.